Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay. I got my drunk. Sure. Okay. Whoops. Was not meant to happen. What if I could fix this? Oh, I think you're hearing the notifications and all that. I think I did that last stream as well. So, could be interesting. Could be really interesting. But I do this and open up mythology idea. I'm gonna open up GitHub. I'm gonna go in here. Oops. I don't know how much private stuff I have. New repository. PacMan clone. Oh wow, notifications. Okay, description. Let's in it with a readme. You said it's not an empty one. Sure, I can make it public. Here's the PacMan clone in Java for competition. License, sure, whatever. Get ignore, none. Create repository, okay. Fun. How about I just fucking clone this in IntelliJ then? As soon as it opens up. Here it is. Whoops. How about cancel the process it's going on for? Oh, hello. Look, I've already done a little bit of PacMan, but create a new project, although I would like to go from Git. https://github.com/pacman clone the git. Sure, clone it. Let's see how this goes. Yes. I think. Create project from existing sources. PacMan clone. Yes. Next. Finish. Okay. Have it over here though. So what I have aside of this is I have a graph. It's not a complete graph, I think. But it's kind of complete, I guess. It's thorough. And last time I changed it was 30 hours ago, so I've been preparing. But what I want to do is, can I make this into Java project easily? Okay, so source and in here, I want to make a new. No, okay. Maybe not. Oh, you're you. Hello, nice that you're you. That's great. Not in a sarcastic tone, but it's great that you're you. Welcome to stream. It's my second stream today. I am trying to find where I can do this. Awesome. Being back in routine is awesome. I just realized that I forgot to throw a thing onto this thing. Let's see if I add an image, add source, throw in this one. There we go. Now we have the pigments as well. Awesome. Add configuration. Add a new application, I guess. PacMan. I don't have a main class. JDK11. Okay for now. But I want to create a Java file somehow. And I would prefer to have not have to do this, but sure. Game.java. Remember, don't ask again. Project SDK not defined. One. Is it a Java project yet? I don't think it is. I'm not that used to IntelliJ IDEA. More so creating a project from whatever. So I think I'm gonna do another way instead. Open up in my stuff here. d:/development/pacman clone, and in here that and that, and just hit delete. And then I'm gonna in IntelliJ IDEA again. I'm gonna create a new project in this folder. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, create new project. Okay, yeah, like this. PacMan clone. Can I do it in that one, even though it's not empty? Yes, I can. Great, awesome. Close. And now I have everything set up the way I want it to be. And for some reason this file is here. That's interesting. Application PacMan, and I don't have a main class yet. Let's make a package, com.this.pacman, and refactor that into that one. Yep. Oh, it does not exist. Let's delete it then. New Java class. Game. So now you're gonna get to see how I make a game. If that's interesting. I'm just gonna put up this entire thing on my second screen so I can easily see it and check it out, and make sure maybe this screen though. There we go. So I can easily see what I want to have in the game. So I do, for example, want to extend canvas. Import class. And I want to have a list of game objects. And I want an array list, because performance is not what I care about the most when I'm making this PacMan clone. I want to create the class in comment object core in there, and I'm gonna hit this one this time. There we go. And in here also import that class. And I want to have a boolean, private, like that, is running equals false. Private window, window. Let's Can I? No, okay. Import com.avq.pacman.core.graphics.window. No, okay. I'm gonna fix that in a second. Private thread. Extends canvas. I also want to implement runnable. Like so. And for some reason I don't have that in my diagram here, which is bad. It's bad practice that I didn't enter that information. How about implement methods? Yep. Override run, and I want public synchronized void start, public synchronized void stop. And this one try thread.join catch. What exception can this be? Whoops, that one. And in here I want thread equals new thread this game. Or like, yeah, let's call it game. And let's create a new Java class, window, put it into the core graphics, move to package, and now this one shouldn't complain anymore. Okay. And then in public game, I want to put in a string title. And there's another thing I did incorrectly with my diagram. I put the parameters in the incorrect order. Anyways, it's not that relevant. Window equals new window. And I want the window to throw in a title and a width and a height. It's the first thing, I guess. I also want to do game object equals new array list. So it's not allocated, I guess. Create constructor. Yep. Okay. Private string title, private int width, private int height, private color background color, private frame. Whoops. Frame. Okay. Import. I don't know how interesting this is, but I'm trying to get it done. It's for a competition I'm doing with a course mate. I actually made one version of PacMan before, but I did not get that far and it went shit, like it didn't work half the time. It felt like it was some RNG checking if, hey, should the input work this time, or should the drawing work this time? Stuff like that. So I need to look that over. In start, I want to start that thread and I want to set is running to true. Maybe like this, set is running. Rather, let's create getter and setter. Set running true. In here, just set running false. I want the public static void main string args. Whoops. That is the entry point to the program. That's where everything starts. And I want to create a game equals new game. PacMan. It's going to be 28 times 288, I think. Then game.start. And in here, while is running, I'm trying to encapsulate everything as well as possible. And I also want void method, public void add game object that adds to game objects like that. Maybe I want a remove method too, or I might want one. I haven't written it in my diagram, but yeah, I might want one anyways. I don't know how to remove though. Game objects dot remove game object. And technically I should probably do some checking here, so let's throw that in. If game object not equal null, do this. If game object not equal null. Okay. While it's running, I want to do I want to call the update function, rather, and the render function. What's this? Create method update in game. Yep, and yes, I'm happy with that. Create method render in game. I want them in this order though, like that. And in the render, I want to pass in into the window to render all my game objects. I think that's how I want to do this. I'm not going to use my diagram much more. It feels like I'm just writing freehanded now. Is writing whatever I can come up with. An update I want to do for game object in game objects. I don't need that, or maybe I do. I want game object dot if game object dot get alive. If it's not alive, then I want to remove this. Remove game object. And I want this one so that I can enter continue afterwards. Otherwise, I want game object dot update, like so. What are all these errors? Oh, they are in game. How about I add method called update, and then a method called get alive, and method render in window, and in here, what are you complaining? Oh yeah, return alive. Not get alive, is alive. Not public private, boolean alive. Public void set alive. Oops. Void, okay. and I want the boolean alive. This that alive equals alive. Okay. There we go. And here I want that it is alive, like so. So if it's not alive, let's remove it from the list in the update one. And technically I could do the same check in here. I'm passing the game objects into that. Technically I could put the render loop in here to draw the entire game and all that, but I don't want that. So now I'm a little bit unsure about the code to write next. I know that I want, I think I want an image, private buffer image, and private int array pixels. And image equals new buffered image dot, I don't know, what's this? I'm just gonna look this code up from my previous source code that I have somewhere. Let's see, PacMan source, PacMan core. I think it's in here. Open with. Do I have an editor for it? Yes, I do. Might open up in the on the main screen. Yeah, let's just move it then, so I can write the code while I'm doing some other, while I'm seeing the code that I want to write. Okay. PacMan equals new PacMan. What's that loop? Now I want for the pixels and all that, which is in the window. Okay, let's see. This one, it's with height buffered image dot type int RGB. Whoops. Okay, and then pixels is equals to typecasting data buffer int image dot get raster dot get data buffer dot get data, except that this one's outside the data like that. Okay, so this is for the pixels, and now I can, for every pixel, for int y equals 0, y is less than height, y plus plus, for int x equals 0, x is less than width, x plus plus, I can the pixels x plus y times width to get the correct pixel for every row. Like this is the x index in on the screen, the x position, the horizontal one, and the y one is for every row and needs to go the width of the screen to get to the correct pixel. So going down, pixel x plus y times width, and I'm just gonna make that into black, and then I want to render this by drawing the image. I also need graphics G. Where do I get the graphics G from? I throw that from render. Yeah, I believe so. I'm just gonna throw in a graphics G like that. Is it already included? Oh, it might be. G.draw image. Image. What were the parameters? What the hell? Draw image. Image, and then that's not fucking showing me anything. Let's just check what I wrote instead. 0, okay. That's what I want to draw it, and I don't want any observer. Okay, there we go. Now it works the way I want it to. And while I'm on it, I want to, for every game object, render them. And throwing in the pixels. Create method rendering game object. Yeah, like that. I want an int array for pixels. And I want to move this up here. Okay. While I'm on it, I can add the rest that I need. I need a G there. I'm gonna call that variable G at least. Now, right now I know that I want this buffer strategy that I call bullshit. I want the current buffer strategy, and if the bullshit is non-existent, then I want to create buffer strategy and the return input class. And then I can create a graphic G is equals to vs.getDrawGraphics. And g.dispose to throw it out of the window, and vs.show. So this code, it creates a new graphics object that I can draw to, and it puts everything into the buffer strategy, and then I throw away that graphics thing, and like in between here I draw everything I want to have drawn to the game, or to the window, to this graphics object basically, and then I throw the graphics object away, and everything is stored in the buffer strategy, and then I just show everything from the buffer strategy. So that's what I'm doing here. In the stop one, I want to set running equals to false, so that no one can ask, why are you running? And here I want to call the stop method if I for some reason get thrown out of it, alongside calculating like long last time, system.nanotime, long timer, system.current time millis. This is the algorithm for getting the frame rate the way I want it to be. Final double nanoseconds equals 1e9, 10e9 though, 0.0 divided by FPS maybe, no, divided by 60.0. Double delta equals 0, number of updates equals 0, number of frames equals 0, long now system.nanotime. Just calculate that, and then in the loop, in the game loop, I want to calculate the next now, basically, and calculate the difference between now and last time, and divide it by nanoseconds. last time is now equal to now, while delta is greater than or equal to 1. So it's not going to happen too often. I'm going to call the update method. And update plus plus and delta minus minus, so that it doesn't run instantly afterwards. And this is going to increase the update, so I can see how many updates there are per second, which should be 60. And every time I render, I just call frames plus plus to add to the frames. And then I have the timer to get the system current time millis minus timer, and if it's been over a second, I can print out what I need. Like this. Okay, title plus, and I want the frames, and I want the updates. Updates equals 0, frames equals 0. So I'm basically building the core engine for the public dialog get frame, public a frame get frame, return frame, and then title. I want to create field title in game, string title, and I will set this title equals title. Whoops, like this, and that should be fine, I guess. I don't know how much that works if I would run it now. That looks broken. Edit configurations. Main class, let's throw it into the game class. Okay, and let's test it. Something's not gonna work now, is it? Parsing Java. Come on. Process finish. Oh right, I forgot. I haven't done much. It should be going all the time though. I run the game at start. It should be going for infinite basis. It's redundant. Okay, let's remove it. I do at least know that I want to do. Oh, wait, I know what I want to do. I want to start the thread. Silly me, I'm a silly goose. PacMan. Maybe this helps. It's building, it's parsing, it's doing what it should. Component must have a valid pair. Ah! Game.java 91. Create buffer strategy. Game to run. Render, okay. So it's in here. I do something incorrectly. Let's check out what I did by comparing it to my other code. I'm comparing a lot to my other code. Like I could technically just take that code and paste it in here, but I don't want to because there's something wrong with it and I don't know what, because I don't know enough Java to find why it's only working 30% of the time. Except that it's Java and it's stupid. Don't cause a flame war. Something about pointers, I guess, that I can't control. Let's see. I want to... What's my error? I don't know what my error is, but I'm gonna finish the window class then. Frame equals new JFrame. Like this, and then just do frame dot set title, and frame dot set visible, true, frame dot set resizable false. It's not going to be resizable, the game, and it's going to be visible. Frame dot set size, width and height. frame that set default close operation so that it's easy to close. So that it actually closes when you hit the X button. Let's see, it's not gonna help the problem. That is helping the problem. Oh wow, something showed up. What if I in here just do like window.getFrame.add this? Because it extends canvas, so it's a component. And maybe that fixes the error, I don't know. Oh wow. That's only roughly what I wanted to do. Just shut it off. I don't want to cause anything. Epilepsy warning. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why it started flickering like that. Interesting. 10 to the power of 9. What happens if I write this like? I don't think that makes any difference. I think it's gonna tell me that I can change it to that again. Oh look, it's flickering again. Convert to binary. Yeah, no. 10.0 E9. Okay. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm gonna create a bigger window though, like 640 by 480, so I actually can see. Warning about the flashing, it's bigger now. 6 updates per second. No, 6 frames per second. I think I did something wrong and my eyes. Did I do something wrong again? Last time equals now. Oof, my arm. Why is my arm hurting? It feels like Java is against me. This is why I prefer C++, because C++ doesn't hate me, it just doesn't work instead. Not that this works as it should either, but hey, a man can talk about what a man can talk about. No, okay, no problem there. Something about my buffer strategy. What if I do a double buffering? It's getting warm in here. Oh wow, double buffering does nothing. How about I do like 6? I don't know. It's like, oops. Hello. Only 2 to 4 buffer support. Okay, maybe not. How about I do 4 buffers then? Cannot create a buffer strategy. Poor you. Now it's flashing anyways. Something about my render calls, and I don't know what. I don't think I'm passing in any initialized anything. Buffer strategy BS. Got buffer strategy. No, that's not where the problem's at. And this should be as it should be. Window to render, dispose and show. These can be private, yeah, which they are, so it's fine. If not, game object that is alive, remove game object, continue, game object that update, that's not the problem. I don't have any game object, so it shouldn't try to do anything. I want to update first if I can. If I can't, then yeah, no, I don't want to update. Before drawing the frames at least. What if I add... Oh yeah, that was frames, okay. FPS, and then updates. So you at least can see in the title of the window what it is. Not that it helps, since it's lagging. Or lagging, I don't know what it's doing. It's doing something wrong. Do I even need this? No. I do not. I'm just gonna double check with my other code again. Maybe it did the same, just that I don't know. It's possible. For game object, game object, game object, game object, and render pixels. And then draw that image. Yeah. So I don't know what my problem is. I don't know where the problem's at all. So I'm just gonna do some other settings. Frame that set location relative to null. So that it's in the middle. There might be something shitty like where I put the set resizable thing or something, because Java is stupid and they want these flags to be turned on in different, in specific orders to work sometimes, and I don't get why. This dot title, this title, this dot width, this dot height, whoops, height. Why do I do that a lot? I don't like that I do that a lot. I do that quite a lot at least. Come on, run. Oh wow, it's black. How come it's working now? How come I only have like 5 updates per second instead of 60? I don't get it. Is my computer slow? Yes, because I'm doing stuff like this. It's because I'm streaming, is what I meant to say. I don't know how to say full sentences. That's obviously not my thing, speaking full sentences. Or is it that the update function is longer now? It shouldn't be that long. It should not be that long. No. Since I don't have any game objects to update. This can be interesting. And one thing I can fix it by writing this out again. What if I just copy this though? Copy what I had here, okay. New try. Oh wow, it's working now. Why is it working now? What did I do wrong? Whoops. Whoops. What am I doing? Can I change this though to scientific notation? 1.0 e. Okay. Oh, I see. I did a 110 times 10 too many. Okay. Now I understand. Now it's working the way I want it to. Only 660 FPS though. What is up with my computer? It should be stronger than that. Anyways, this is probably the core of everything, the game engine. And I might want to implement an entity component system. Technically, I don't maybe want game objects. Or do I want to do game objects just because they're simpler? I might do game objects because they're simpler, because I don't feel like building an entity component system now, since I haven't planned for it already. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. So every game object is going to have some type of sprite. And the sprite, if sprite not equal null, then I want to do sprite or render with the pixels. Just passing them on. Create method. Okay, how about I create the class first? Call it graphics. And now I can create a method. And the sprites are going to have their own private int array of pixels. And I have an algorithm for this already. I'm gonna check for int ty equals 0. Alright, I also need to know where they are supposed to be rendered on the screen. Double x double y. Ty is less than get height. Yeah, I need dimensions for these. Private vector 2 dimensions. Public double get height. Public, whoops, double get width. I don't know why I'm doing such thorough object-oriented programming if I'm not doing a thorough project in itself. It's just a waste of time, really. Return dimensions.get x and return dimensions.get y. Ty plus plus, for int tx equals 0, tx less than get width, tx plus plus, and then in the pixels, the tx position, I want to get int location, times width. What is this width I'm speaking of? This width is from the game width. Yeah, okay, the screen width. So I want to make something like this. Public static final width 640. Public static final int height equals 480. Just throw in width and height here. Do not have to change much. And here I want to import static constant, that one. I think that's how I want it. And that's equal to, not that, this dot pixels. Tx plus ty times int get width. I could optimize this by just doing int height equals get height. Let's cast it into an int width equals int whoops, get width, just throw it in here, not have to recalculate it every time. Whoops, width, and I don't need to cast it. Okay, I optimized my code. Now let's create class vector2 in the math part of the engine. Private double x, y, and now let's create getter and setter, and getter and setter, as well as a public vector2, which gives x equals 0.0, y equals 0.0, and then also public vector2 double x double y. This is x equals x, this is y equals y. Okay. This is most of what I need for now, I think. I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm getting the width and height of the dimensions. I need something to initialize a sprite. Public sprite from a sprite sheet. And I want a horizontal offset on this sprite sheet and a vertical offset, as well as a width and a height. I will have to create this class, and it's going to be creating graphics. Good. And then here, dimensions equals to new vector2 with height. How about I spell that correctly? And then pixels was new int array. It's the same size as the width and the height. For int y equals 0, y is less than height, y plus plus. For int x equals 0, x is less than the width, x plus plus, and then the pixels of this object, the correct position will be the pixel of the sprite sheet at the offset. So that getting the sprite sheet where it should be. And in the sprite sheet, create method like that one, int x and int y, like that. Return pixels x plus y times width. Private int width, height, and private int array pixels. Like that. And public sprite sheet, string path, int width, int height. Pixel the new int array, width times height. And I want to load the pixels. Try. I'm gonna check how I did this as well. Some parts are just too difficult to know from your mind like this. Buffer image io dot read sprite sheet dot classic. How about I just throw in path and import class. Whoops. What's complain about? Image io dot read. Okay, sprite sheet dot class dot get resource. I don't know what this method is doing compared to the one before it. Like the way I wanted to do it before. I don't get how they differ. Good catch. But apparently this one returns a buffered image and the one before didn't. And value equals image.get width and int age equals image.get height. Do I need an width and height as parameters if I'm feeding in sprite sheet like this? I don't think so. I want this path equals to path though. Private string path. So it can find the path, I guess. Width and height, whoops, like so. And then image get RGB 00 width, height, pixels 0 and width. Probably want these ones before them, so they exist. I want getters for the width and height. Public int get width, return width. Public int get height, return height. Because in the sprite, I don't need that. I need to get the correct pixel. I think I'm doing that with this. Yeah. Okay, so now I can load a sprite sheet. How useful is it to load a sprite sheet if you can't show it? Just public void render pixels and then vector2 position. And just call render with pixels and position.get x and position.get y. Like so. Because I'm probably going to use this one since it's going to be shorter to write. And the game object Java. Position, this one's going to have a private vector2 position. And import the class. Perfect. Sprite field, private field sprite is never assigned. Position, private field position is never assigned. Okay. Now in the sprite sheet, I want to load a sprite sheet. Public static sprite sheet graphics is equals to new sprite sheet, and it's going to be resources slash sprite sheet.png. I think I'm gonna store it. So I'm gonna add a new folder, new directory, resources. Like so. I don't have much of a bot. If that's what you're trying to do, Alex. Typo in word sprite sheet. That's not relevant. Mark directory as resources root. And I want to open in show in Explorer. Here it is, and like so. Then I also want to find the other find the actual resource I'm gonna use. So I have the entire sprite sheet. Can show it to all of you. Uptime's an hour. If you're interested. Oh wow, it's gonna take some time to load this. I'm just gonna move that away over there. Oh look, it's almost crashing. Can it stop crashing maybe? Maybe just let that work in the background then. While I'm trying to get back. Oh look, there it is. This is what it is, entire sprite sheet. So for example, if I want this sprite over here, it's at position, I would think it is like, if we're using 12 by 12 tiles to find it, it's at position 4, or technically 5, but you count from 0. So it's 4, 3. So it's the 20th tile in the set, basically. I'm gonna try to draw that very soon at least. Inside of call, let's create a new package. Call it objects. We have a class PacMan. It's gonna extend game object, inherit from the game object, and in the PacMan constructor, I don't know what constructor I have here. I don't have any constructor there. I might not need one. I'm gonna set position. I need to add getters and setters for position. Create setter. Can I have a position as well? Public void get position. Not a void though. I need to have that as a vector too, otherwise it's going to return correctly. Return position. Okay. I want the velocity private vector to velocity. Create getter and setter for velocity, like so. Awesome. So an update, I just want to have like set position, get position dot add get velocity. That's how I want to write it. So I need to add this one, create method add. It's going to return vector 2. Right hand side, it's going to take this dot, it's going to turn new vector 2, this dot get x, or whoops, what? This dot get x, or just this dot x plus args dot x, this dot y plus args dot y. That's going to add it. So it moves. So in PacMan I want public void update super.update. That's basically it. I need to add the logic somewhere. Like I can switch on my direction, because all the game objects will have a direction. Switch on to get get direction is going to be a method on here. No way, I want to create it. In the game object. Private direction. Create getter and setter for the direction, and I want to create enum direction. And call it helper. Up, left, down, right. Those are the directions. You can go with PacMan if you didn't know. Getter and setters and PacMan, I can get the direction, and now I can check for the case up, break, case down, break, case left, break, case right, break. And if it's right, then I'm going to set velocity, new vector 2. And if it's going to right, then it's going to be 1, 0. I need to import the class. And if it's this direction, I'm going to set it to new vector 2, -1, 0. If it's going down, it's going to go 0 and positive direction on the y-axis. And if it's going up, it's going to go negative direction on the y-axis, because it's not like mathematics. It works differently from that. I need to implement key listener, implement methods, these ones, key pressed, if, let's see, int key equals e.get key code, if key, let's call this key code. Key code equals to key event dot vk up, then direction, set direction dot up, if key code equals key event dot vk down, a little bit of formatting, then set direction to direction down. If the key code is key event dot vk left, and I want to set the direction to be left, direction dot left, and if it's right, it's going to be to the right. Set direction dot right. I'm gonna add this key code equals key event dot that, so that I can use WASD keys as well. Let's up though. I want to use the D key for that. What if it's key code key event vk a, and if it's whoops, and the key code is equal to, or if the key code is equal to vks, or if the key code is key event dot vk value, like so. Now I should have controls for all 4 directions, and when he's instantiated, he should set direction dot right, set velocity, I don't need set velocity, it's going to do that in the update method. Although I want to set position, new vector to 64. I don't have sprite yet though. Sprite equals to new. I don't have access to sprite, do I? Because it's private, whoops, game object, private sprite. Add getters and setters, create setter for sprite, public void get sprite, not void, it's going to be a sprite, so I can return sprite. I want to set the sprite. Set sprite, new sprite. How did I do this? And the sprite one. Yeah, I want to feed in the sheet, so it's the graphics sheet. And then like 4 and 3. And 12 and 12. I believe this one's going to be the import static constant. I don't know how this is gonna go. If anything of this works, it's going to be astounding because I haven't tested the code in a while. I'm just gonna write it. Oh wow, look, it's black. What if I also write like, hey, it's going up. Printing out that it's going up and down and left and right. Like so. I didn't add a key listener. I don't think I instantiated PacMan though. That's the problem. I didn't instantiate and I haven't added a key listener either. So it's not like it's gonna work. So here I want to create a PacMan equals new PacMan, import class, and then add PacMan, and window to get frame dot add key listener PacMan. Now let's see how this goes. Probably not going to work. Oh look, something worked. Not, I mean. It's bright, okay. Something with this. Input equals no. Buffered image equals, okay, maybe this part needs to be thrown into its own method. Private void load sprite sheet. Whoop. I don't know if this is gonna help. Load sprite sheet. But I just extracted it and I hope it works, I hope it helps. It didn't help. What can the error be? It's exception and initializer error. Resources spritesheet.png. I can at least find the image here. Here it is. That opened up a lot faster than Photoshop did. But I have Photoshop open here now, so it's fine. Wait. It's trying to create with a width and height. Okay, I need to specify width and height. And width and height. I'm just gonna, whoops, do this, and that. Okay. Int width and int height, like that. I'm gonna check the image size in Photoshop, 576,360. 576,360. Okay, like so. I don't know if this is gonna help, but It didn't. Got another. Got this issue still. Buffer image IO to read, sprite sheet to class to get resource to path. Is the path equals path? I'm just gonna double check with my previous spreadsheet. Public static sprite sheet graphics. How about I just do this? See if that helps. No, it didn't. Why didn't it? Spreadsheet class to get resource path. It is mean to me. I don't like when it's mean to me. javax.image.io.image.io java.awt.image.bufferedimage java.io.io exception. Private int width and height, these are never used. This dot width equals width. Whoops. This dot height is height. Ugh. No. It's not like that would fix the error though. What if I add a slash in front of it? Well, I got another error, so I guess that fixed it. Concurrent modification. There and yeah, okay. So it's complaining about concurrency now, and that's just terrible. Is it because I might remove it? Is it because I'm running on a fucking thread? Fuck. That's not fun. Concurrency issues are never fun. So I'm just gonna check how my rendering method's working. Let's just do null checks though. If game objects null, first of all, like that. I don't know if the enhanced for loop is checking if it's null or not, or if it's just in the list. If it isn't checking if they're null or not, I'm just gonna add this if game object not equal null. Oh wow, if it's not equal null, if it's not equal null. If game object not equal null. I also need to throw it into my brackets like this. If game objects not equal null. Everything is making sure that it's not null. Oh wow, it's still checking. It still got that issue. For game object, not equal. It's because I'm accessing like this. Use iterator for removal. Can't remove in loop. Oh, I've never used Java iterators. I'm just gonna do a quick Google. Let's see. Whoops. Oh wow, these astounding documentations as well. Type elements returned by this iterator. It's an interface. Makes sense. Iterator over a collection. Iterator takes place. Enumeration different from enumerations different ways. iteration logical remove element from the underlying collection during the iteration with well-defined semantics. Method names have been improved. Okay, so can I easily turn my array list into an iterator, or should I use an iterator to start with? Let's check. Game objects dot iterator. So if I do like this, iterator. Oh, hello. Iterator for loop. Okay. Whoops. Hello. Okay. I suppose this for loop does the same thing as the previous one did. If it has next, then I don't need this null check. Okay, and if I try to run it now, how is it going to affect my code? So when it removes from this iterator, does it remove from the collection instead of remove? Should be iterator or remove. Okay, let's see. It's in here. I have that. So instead, I want this to. Can I just change this into iterator instead? An iterator of things, and this is going to be an iterator. It's abstract. Oh, of course not. It's abstract. Stupid me. So I can just remove this one instead and make this into a game objects.iterator.remove. Or maybe if I did it a bit more efficient, I guess I could. Whoops. Throw it on like this and make an iterator game object iterator equals game objects iterator. And throw in use game object iterator instead, and then I can throw in game objects iterator dot remove. Remove an iterator cannot be applied to. Why not? Is it just removing that step? Okay, I see. Yeah, makes sense. It stopped drawing. If not, game objects alive. Okay, it's initialized at dead, so maybe I should set alive true. Thanks for the help. Oh wow, null pointer exception. What is this then? Return new vector 2, this.x, this.y, rgs.y. And update, set position, get position, PacMan, super update, game Java. If game object not equal null. Nope, still that issue. Fucking hell. Update, game object. It might be with this though. Where though? 2, 0, 0. I don't know if this is gonna work the way I want it to work. Oh wow. Key listening does not work though. I wonder where on the sprite we get him. Somewhere white. So something probably didn't work the way I wanted. Oh, I know what didn't work the way I wanted to. It's that it's scaled up with a factor of 2. That's why. That's not PacMan though. That's one of these things, I believe. Weird. Horizontal offset 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's try it. I explained that it wasn't like this earlier, so let's see if that helped or not. That's a part of PacMan. Might have done something wrong. Which part of it missed it? It's like one of these parts. I have no idea. Let's check. No, it's not one of these parts. It's... Oh look, he's going in circles. Until he gets down here and overrides the buffer. Not a buffer, but goes index out of bounds. That's what it's called. Is it this one? No, it's not. This one. Might be this one. That means I missed something in the sprite class. Horizontal offset times width plus vertical offset times height. And what did I do when I first made this work? I think I did that. This looks like I did that. This is weird. Sheet to get pixel x plus horizontal offset times width and Point y equals 0, y is less than height, all of this. Sheet that get pixel, maybe it's in the get pixel one that I'm doing something wrong. Get pixel x plus y times the width of it all. The width of it all should be correct. String path int pixels, private int width height. Yeah. This dot path equals path. This is width and height equals height. Image get RGB width and height pixel 0 and width. It's complaining about the type as well, but I don't have the type according to me. Let's just say that it's part of it all. It's supposed to be there. And in sprite it should be correct the way I read it here. Maybe I just need to recalculate. let's see, in PacMan, if I just write 24 and 24, like 10 and 8 or something, maybe 6 and 8 though. See if this helps in any way. That's one of these, isn't it? Looks like it. So that means if I do like 7 and 5 maybe. Oh, that's something. That's something north of weirdness, I guess. My math seems to be a bit off. That's never nice. And there's probably nothing in my render or anything like that. Let's see. There's the render. Try to render pixels position, set position, get position, add get velocity. I don't know why I have these differences. And what I want to do is actually this and this. According to how I tend to write, it's supposed to be like that. But yeah, I don't know. And right now the key listening doesn't work either, but that's not the main point. I want the sprite to work the way it's supposed to. So if I check the horizontal offset, how's that used? It's checking with the width. So if we would look at it in Photoshop and work it out, whoops, if I just put the code next to it, like so, and so, whoops. No, that's not what I want. Decrease the size of this one, guess not. I don't want to close the tab group though. Okay, I can reduce the size a little bit. Okay. So if I would traverse it without going too deep in detail with it, with PacMan, the horizontal offset is 7, and 7 times the width. And the width is 24. So that, and then once. That's 24. And then it's 48. That's 2 times. Then 72. And then 96. Then 120. Then if I move it another 24, that's 6 times. And then if I move it down like 24, and then 48, then 60, 72. It looks like I'm not taking a big enough chunk. How big could PacMan be? if I go to the right, entirety to the right, check the height, 33 pixels high. I think there's another pixel somewhere. Maybe this is 3 times though. Maybe it's 3 times the height, and that's the problem. 12 times 3, 12 times 3, and this one should be 4, and that one should be 3. And sprite sheet, yeah, that's that size. Let's see. I don't know if I changed everything appropriately. Oh look, it's PacMan. Well then, I want the keyboard system to work now, or the input system. So I added him as a key listener here, then I went out to get frame that add key listener PacMan. Can I add him as a key listener to myself though? Okay, add key listener PacMan. Maybe that works better. Oh wow, now I have key input and it's updating. Awesome. Maybe I should remove all the printing now and get those things working. And I want to change the way I implement the sprites. I want the sprites to hold an animation instead of pixels. The pixels are going to be moved into the animation instead. So I'm gonna create a new private animation. Create a new class animation in graphics. Move this into here. Move a lot of things into there, for that matter. That means I need to take like everything here into it. Should be interesting. Whoops. Public animation. Sure. Do I care about the dimensions of them though? Are the dimensions relevant? They are, yes, they are. They are when I render. I don't want to get the width. Well, maybe I do. Like in here, I want public. Whoops. Void render. Get the width of the game. I want to throw in an int array pixels, and I want an int index. These x and y. Oh well, I want to draw it. Double x, double y. Okay, like that. Public double get width. Yeah, I want vector 2 dimensions like that. Vector dimensions, and then return dimensions dot get x. Then public double get height, return dimensions that get y. This is one dimension. Animation dimensions and private vector 2 index dimensions. That's what I want. Get index width index dimensions, public double get animation width, return, whoops, excuse me, return animation dimensions dot get x and public double get animation. I can't spell. Return animation dimensions dot get y. Okay, finally. Get width, that's just the index width and index height, I believe. 20y0, yes. This is no matter what. But I want the index, which means I want these pixels on the thing, but I want them to be at the index times width, like that. Basically, I want them to be at this offset, I think. Oh, I will need to change the sprite sheet because I notice here that, whoops. This one is not instantly next to this one. And that's dumb. So if I'm creating an animation, then it's going to be that one and then that one, basically, with the current system. So let's just check. Oh wow, I have a lot of other code doesn't work. Cannot resolve. Int width, int height. Let's just check what I did in sprite. These are not relevant to that one anymore, I guess. Sprite sheet, and horizontal offset, vertical offset with height. Index dimensions. Int animation width, int animation height. Animation dimensions was new vector 2. Animation width, animation height. Pixels equals new int width. Oh! You fucking scared me. Ah! Why did you ruin my focus? Thanks for the follow, Mr. You know who you are. You can do this. Stop spamming. If you want to spam me on Discord instead. All I can say is, this is you. What do you feel about that? Creative enough? That's you. Thanks for the follow, nonetheless. I don't know where I am in the mindset. Every time something interrupts me, I just lose my train of thought. Pixels new int width and height, width times height. No, then type pixel is going to be animation width. Whoops. Animation height. Animation width, animation height. Type pixels, and then when I draw them out, these pixels, then they're going to be on the temporary position with the correct index shift, I guess. This is going to be interesting to check if it works, but I need to see how I'm gonna do this first. I think I know how I'm gonna do it. So I'm just gonna feed in the horizontal offset and vertical offset, and then the width of the animation of the indices, and then the entire animation width, entire animation height. It's going to have an animation. And PacMan is going to have a few animations. No, not a few animation, a few sprites actually. Well, I'm gonna look into that when I'm there. Whoops. That one's gonna be gone like that. Okay. I'm all over my mind right now, thinking about what I'm gonna do. But I probably shouldn't. So I can set sprite in all of these situations. Which means I need to have a few sprites here. Yes, okay. I want to be able to create an animation, so I want to add getter and setter and setter for dimensions. Maybe? No, that is relevant, I think. I want to render the animation though. If animation not equal to no, animation that render pixels x y. Do I not have the rendering animation? Public void render in pixels oh right, I want an index too. So the sprite's going to have the index. Then I might want to have an update in the sprite as well. Public void update. If no, not if. Index equal to index plus equal to. Want to have a rounded index because I'm gonna have a private double index and a private double animation speed, and it's going to be added by animation speed in the update. And I want to create a setter for that. Also getters, public void get animation speed double, no, that get double get animation speed, return animation speed. I'll check my Discord messages, by the way. What? Oh, it appeared. The error appeared. What's this error? Okay. Oh wait, math dot round. What? Oh, it takes. Cast that into an int. You know, that's just gonna be some terrible data management, but who cares? Return animation speed. Yeah, okay. Index animation speed. I want to know how many private int num of indices. Whoops. Public int get num of indices, return num of indices. Yeah. And in the constructor, it's going to calculate based on the width. So num of indices equals to animation width divided by width. That's the num of indices. And in the sprite, if index plus animation speed is greater than animation dot get num of indices, then I want to take index minus equals animation dot get num int num of indices equals to animation dot get num of indices. Num of indices and subtract num of indices from it, like so. Index plus equal animation speed. Okay. And I also want in the game object to run the update. Sprite.update. But only if it's not null. Get sprite. Okay. If get sprite not equal null, I can optimize this to sprite get sprite. If sprite not equal null, then I want to take that sprite and update it. Sprite gets sprite. If the sprite isn't null, then I want to render it. There we go. Okay. I hope I'm not optimizing too much too early on. Set sprite. Well, let's just do it like this for now. Dot set animation new animation new whoops. What should be in here? It should be graphics. It should be, why is it not giving me what it should be? Boy. Int. Sure, I'll throw this up then. Horizontal offset, vertical offset, width, height, width. Height. Horizontal offset. Font 3, and then I want it to be 12 times 3, 12 times 3, and then I want 12 times 3 times 2, 12 times 3. Why is it complaining? Set change first parameter of method set sprite from sprite to void. Okay, so if I just create sprite right sprite. Right sprite equals new sprite. Right sprite dot set animation. Maybe I could just use one sprite for this instead. And multiple animations. But hey, why do that? Right sprite. I don't even know what this is gonna do. How this is gonna be, if it's even going to work in any way. And if I add like a right sprite dot set animation speed 0.5, so it takes 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds. I don't know. Why is it flickering up and down? Is that what I did to it? Is that the only thing I did to it? Made it flicker up and down. And if I enter like 4 in animation speed, what happens then? What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Why did it go up? Why did he move when I did that? I don't get it. I'm distraught. So int width equals get index width and height, get index height. Wait a minute. So this is going to be like that, yeah. But what if I int animation width? Int get animation width like that, and just go in animation width. I skewed him. That's not what I want. I don't know why I did that. I want the index to change. When I render, I want the index. What if I do just like this? Then plus index times width. I know that mathematics says that I can group them like that, but I want to separate them for now. Why the fuck did that happen? PacMan 0.1. I want that instead. 10 seconds or 10 frames. No. How about I take game width and height, separate them like this, and then add like that and check to see what happens if I have an animation speed over 4. Index out of bounds. Is just because we already instantiated him or what? Why is he set there? Game object. Maybe it's because I have the default vector acting on it. But I don't know. Public game object. Let's throw in position view vector 2 like this. I think that does the same thing though. far as I know, it doesn't let me put him in the middle or something. So 128 and 36 doesn't put him where I want him to be put. And that's probably because of the default constructor of the vector 2. How about I remove that and just add something like a default constructor to the default constructor to the game object instead. Call the game object position equals new vector 2 0.0, but I don't want that to be the one that is derived in PacMan. Super. No, that's not what I want. So I'm just gonna test the performance a bit of the engine for now. Check what happens if I do like this and do like for int I equals 0, I is less than 1000, I plus plus. Add new PacMan. A 1000 PacMans. Frame drop a little bit. 10,000 PacMans. Seven. Okay, it's actually slowing down. It's not as an effective engine now as I had before, but it does allow a bit more things now. So I don't know. Animation system, yeah. Pixels, new animation width, animation height, and then I want animation width. No, animation height on that one. Animation width. Animation width. Animation width. Oops. Animation height. Let's see. What the actual fuck? And he looks animated, but he's not animated. Because he's a mix of some crap and some bullshit. Like skinny eyes. Oops. Is this a fruit? If so, what fruit is it? 'Cause it looks very weird. Or berry, it might be a berry too. Alright, I need to build a collision system as well. Nice. Lovely. That's probably for the next stream though. Public game object position was new vector 2. So position, get position. Did that get velocity? Oh, fucking notification. Ah, don't give me notifications. Oof, my ears. Oof, ouch, ouch, owie. I'll have to look into that. Maybe I can look into that by making this thing protected instead. If I do that, just change the set position to position equals. And now let's see. Come on, come on, come on. No? Okay. Not even like 200. Whoop. And 220. 220, 220. It's not gonna put it correctly. No. Because why the hell would it? Also, I can easily fix my rendering issues if I end the animation check that it's not outside. If tx plus int x plus ty plus int y times width if all that is less than width times height, then that's okay. But I also want to check if it's greater than 0. Let's see, is that enough to make sure that it doesn't crash when he goes outside of it? Whoa. Overlapping. It's an accident, I promise. Awesome. Okay, awesome. I made the game safer to play. But I still have not fixed the animation issues, especially not now with the weird stuff that I did. So where do I fit in the width? 4, 3 to 12 times 3, 12 times 3, 12 times 3 times 2, 12 times 3. Those times 3, I don't like them. I kinda need them right now, but yeah. Horizontal offset. So there's something. If I put it back there, if I do like this, there's something with my positioning doing incorrectly. Okay, it's getting fucking notifications. It's moving a little bit with its fucking legs, but that's not what I want. Comment out the animation speed. And it's going to work like this without the movement. Like without the little weird animation. Right sprite, that's set animation. On the sprite sheet correctly. Index dimensions equals new vector 2 with height animation dimensions equals new vector 2 animation width animation height apart correctly. Yes, no doubt about it. Pixels, and then an entire array of pixels. Yeah, that's correct. Number of indices. That should be correct. It should be 2 in our case right now. And then for int y equals 0, y is less than animation height, y plus plus. Scroll down all of the pixels in the entire height. For int x equals x less than animation width. For all the x's in animation width, x plus plus. Then pixels, x plus y times animation width. For every row in this animation, I want to get the pixel of the sheet x plus, so this x plus the offset times the width, I think, and the height. I don't know, it's not going the best as it can right now. That's some fucked up shit right there. Not gonna lie. Why is it looking like this? Is it because of the incorrect PacMan? So I think I got this PacMan. I might have gotten this one as well, which fits in because I had this one. Also, I think I want to floor this instead of just like that. With a little allowance for like error, like that, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, the animation that's gonna work. It's not going to work the way I want it to, anyways. So right now the index should start at 0. What if I just sys.out, no, okay, system.out.println math.floor index, like that. Okay, like so. 0.0, 0.0, 0.0, 0.0. I throw in an integer of that index into animation, and in the animation, int index. We're only using that index once. And that's, I'm trying to draw the correct pixel. What if I do height? No difference. And if I just do index, not much of a difference. Well, maybe because I didn't, maybe because I'm not changing the index. I don't have an animation speed. Oh wow, it's increasing a little bit. And if I do it times width, let's check it out. That's beautiful. Is it like that every time? No, it's not. Why is it like this? And if I do it height again, that's not really what I want. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, so if I would revise this a little bit, check it out again. The animation dimensions, new vector 2, all that. New vector 2, animation width, animation height. Pixels, new int, animation width, animation height, number of indices, animation width divided by width. System.out.println number of indices, that should be 2 in this case. Yeah, 2. And if I would instead do something like, let's comment this out, whoops, comment this part out and do a math at random, whoops, that's not what I want, times animation the num of indices, like that. I don't get why it gets all white like that and not drawing or anything. How about I do this? Int random thing is equals to int method random times animation dot get number of indices, like that, and just throw this in there, random thing, render int double. Why is it complaining? Whoops, that's weird parentheses. Okay, system.out.println random thing. Oof. Because of being named a random, yeah. So switching between 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Put it randomly. And it's either 0 or 1. It's either 0 and increasing in the width. I'm unsure where the hell I am in my train of thought. That's the pixels, because something with the pixels, of course, because everything else is working pretty fine, I suppose. So this dot pixels, tx plus ty times width plus index times height. I don't need index times height. I want the index. Where do I put in the index somehow. So I have the TX. And I have the TY. Both are temporary. Times width. These are every x coordinate in the current width. So if I increase the index here, something like this, index, but I also need to multiply by width again. It's not working out, is it? And the way I did before, where I did like this, that's of course not working the way I wanted to, because the other way that I just wrote instead doesn't work either. So I just have this monstrosity. And I can remove this by random thing. Die the random. That's all I have to say. How did it work before I fucked it up? If I just make it like this, the animation width, just like that, okay? It's like that. Okay. Array index out of bounds. Why the fuck though? If I do this again, system dot out println num of indices. Yes, I want your alignment. Why not? I don't need any more random in my life. 1. Array index out of bounds exception, index -36 out of bounds for length. While -36 tends to be out of bounds for any array. So I'm checking if it's greater than this part. Checking, whoops. This part should be checking if it's greater than 0. It can be greater than or equal to 0, I guess. Pixels TX. This part should be fine. This part though. TX plus TY plus index times the width. Index should be 0. If I have an animation speed and change the animation speed to 0 and try again and again and again and again and whatever. Okay, hello PacMan. Now you're working the way you should. Kind of. But as soon as I add this, as soon as I want another animation to it, it's doing this, and it's magical. It reminds me of Bandersnatch movie that I was too scared to finish watching. Like, I got a few endings and all of a sudden they started adding scary things and I didn't want that. Let's optimize the imports. Animation speed 0. Horizontal offset. What's wrong with it when it's adding, when the animation width is greater than It's something when the animation width is greater than the width. Animation width sheet.getPixel. Animation width. I don't know, I'm just fucking trying again. Hello, I am the wrong boy. And y equals 0. Why is there's something going wrong somewhere, and I hope you realize this too. If I would just like do this for int ty equals 0, ty is less than height, ty plus plus, for int ty equals 0. What if I do animation dimensions? Like what? No, get animation height though. Tx less than get animation width, tx plus plus, and then just draw these pixels tx plus ty times width. This the pixels tx plus ty times width. Get animation width. And an integer. Okay, so what the fuck? It's loading in the pixels correctly. It's loading in the fucking pixels correctly, and that's good. If I do just this though, pixels tx plus ty times width, but if I add to have like another 64 pixels or something, maybe equal to just the pixels tx plus ty times n to get animation width, just for testing. Yeah, okay. I'm drawing them again, but this time I want width. And I need to, whoops, cast that into an integer anymore. So stop doing that. Interesting. That's not what's supposed to happen now, is it? It's like I'm smudging it out. This dot pixels. Wait, maybe it's rather like what I'm doing instead. Instead of having this, I could for int ty equals 0, ty is less than height, ty plus plus, and for int tx, this is exactly the same as one I have below, but I want to put them in separate to make sure that I can see what it is I'm doing. What if I'm doing this now? That's a weird glitch that happens from time to time. Okay, that's what happens now, but if I throw in the regular width then, I don't care about the casting. That, okay, now I get it. Okay, get animation width. So if I end animation width, I'm able to end get animation width, okay. Animation width. And now when I draw it, that one draws correctly, and if I would add the animation part of it all, 0.1 for example, and try to draw it out of bounds in animation right there, because in here I animated it with the index, but in here, what? You probably can't find the reason that is because of that. It's probably because of that. Okay. What if I just subtract it? How about I just make it a little failsafe like this? That's probably not enough. Boom. No. Okay, no, not helping me anyways. Next part, basically. What if I just change this? Maybe not like that, but this one, and then do this, and math or random times num of indices. But I also want to cast this into an integer, like so. I don't need to cast it into an integer. Why are you down there? Come on. Ah! Math a random number of indices. Animation get number of indices. How about I do that? That might help me. No, exception in thread, still index out of bounds. What is this bullcrap? Sprite animations Java. Let's see how someone made something like this. Animation class. Frame count, frame delay, current frame, animation direction, total frames. This the frame count 0. No, okay. The frame count is greater than frame delay. Frame count equals to 0. Current frame plus equals animation direction if current frame is greater than total frames minus 1. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna see if I can implement it. The index is the current frame, and that's the number of frames that I have. And instead of having a frame delay that is that thing, it's rather like this, okay? And the index can also be an int, which means I don't need to cast this or floor it. And I can instead make like private int count. Count equals 0. And now if I do this, if count is greater than animation speed, maybe I could rename that to animation delay. Rename it everywhere. What? Animation delay. Animation delay. Animation delay. Call that animation delay. Like so. Okay. If count greater animation delay, then I want to do this index plus plus, but I also want to release as count. Otherwise, I just want to do count plus plus. And if I have it like this, no, not like that. Okay, like so. If index is greater than num of indices minus 1, index equals 0. Else if index is less than 0, index equals 2, num of indices minus 1. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this helps me in any way. And technically I could do this in the init one. From double to int. Animation speed, how about 12 frames? Needs to take 12 updates. Fucking hell. Let's see where this, and I'm just gonna do this. Private and num of indices. Num of indices equals animation again. Num of indices. Like so. And possibly add this there. Okay. So there was another issue that it increased too many. Num of indices greater than 1, greater than 2 rather. No, if it's greater than 1, if also do it into the animation direction. like that code did. Animation direction. Delay. I want to finish this part of the animation system today. It might be the only part of the animation system. Might be done with this afterwards. How about I create a setter for this? Public and get animation direction. Return animation direction. Okay. Something in the update that doesn't work the way it should. If count is greater than animation delay, the animation delay is what I put to be. That's what I do in PacMan. Set animation delay. What? Didn't I change it? Set animation delay. Like so. Updates. Oh, no pointer exception. Sorry. If animation no. Gotta check if it's a null pointer. Don't forget that. Okay. It's not switching though. Because animation direction is 0. Right sprite at set animation direction 1. So I want to add 1 frame. How about I wait for 2 seconds before it happens? That's how it should be, right? Okay. What if I change the animation delay function though? Public void set animation delay, and I want double seconds. This that animation delay. How about I just do this? Is equal to seconds times 16, and math.round int. And remove this one, and like make us wait 2 seconds. That should work the way I want it to, right? Boop. Yeah, okay. Index 2592 out of bounds for length 2592. In the render method, for some reason I get too high in here. Index -1. Whoops. -1. Index -1. Why is everything at 0? Okay. if I index 0 takes 0 divide 0, the system.out.println index. Just want to print out the index. Zero and then 1. As soon as it gets to 1, the sprite gets too high, it seems. If I would do it like this instead, what happens? I can't do that. I don't need this one anymore. Rather, I want to count it out if I would need to debug something later on. Ah! What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Like, I could make something like this to be like, if that is greater than, it's less than animation width times animation height, and I'm just gonna make this into animation height and get animation height like so, and that is greater than 0. Boom. How to try to keep it safe. Well, let's see. But now it's not animating. Now we see. Parameter index is never used. Index. 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 Index everywhere. But if I would system out print it again, what would happen to it? That's the big question. 0, 1. Honestly, it's not crashing this time, but it's showing even though. Is it moving up? I don't know if I want it to be like that. I think I want it to be times animation height. Could that work? I want it to. Oh, look how beautiful it is. And if I remove the safety guarantees, the safety things, and just run it. Oh, look, it's switching over. Astounding. And now if I would, for example, make an animation, there's like 4 animations. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and astounding animation system. I am so awesome. Awesome. So now it's just Photoshop. Okay, can I somehow make a grid in Photoshop that is like 36 pixels by 36 pixels? Edit. Preferences. Units and rulers. Rulers, pixels, yes. Column size. No. Maybe not. Workspace tools. What if I search for a grid? Search for grid. View show grid. Awesome. And then I would like want to mark this one, all of its pixels inside of it, and create a new layer like so. And in this layer I want to select the same pixels like that. I don't want to move that one though. I want to move that one, like so. So now if I would animate it, for example, if I just flatten image and save it and run it again, let's see how it goes when I'm running it this time. So now I want to just change the animation time to be like 0.3 seconds. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, awesome. PacMan is eating. I like it. I like it a lot. Then I need some more sprites, like sprite left sprite, sprite up sprite, sprite down sprite, sprite death sprite. The death animation is really easy to do, since it's just it's all on one darn row. So that's sweet. Let's see, PacMan. Left sprite is new sprite. Left sprite, that's set animation. Whoops. Set animation. New animation. Graphics. Now the one facing left. It's the first one of that row. So it's 0, 3, 12 times 3, 12 times 3, 12 times 3 times 2, 12 times 3. Left sprite at set animation delay 0.2. Left sprite at set animation direction 1. I could make it a standard to have the animation direction to be 1. Animation direction equals 1. Like so, and then I don't need to add that property. Hippity hoppity, you're not my property. Up sprite, up sprite, up sprite, down sprite, down sprite, down sprite. Okay, the up one is going to be directly off the left one. That's 2. And the down one is instantly after the one, the right one. Set sprite up sprite, set sprite down sprite, set sprite left sprite, set sprite right sprite. If sprite gets sprite not equal right sprite, like add this check everywhere. Sprite. That's sprite. Sure, it might slow it down a little bit, but it's making sure that's not switching sprites, even though it might not change that much. I haven't moved the sprites on the images yet, so this is not going to look great animation-wise. That part looks good. That part looks good. This part does not look good. Looks good. Look good. Okay, so now just edit this image. Let's see. I want to move this one over there. Except that this is not how I want to do it. This is how I want to do it. Like so, and then hide that and select this layer. Move that. What? Okay, sure, but this one. Like so. Then show that and merge down. And now let's play the game again. That's not how you play it. This is how you play it. Awesome. It's finally fucking working for me. And if I find where I had that, where do I have that? Is it in here? Yes, it is. I don't need to print out the index. Why is it not working like that, like always? It's disturbing. Fucking hell. Why is it not always working? Is it something we need to change somewhere? Okay, awesome. Animation system ready. That's fucking great. I'm just gonna add the death sprite. Death sprite equals new sprite. Death sprite, that's set animation, new animation, graphics. Let's see which column it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 below the right one, so it's 4 and then 7. 12 times 3, 12 times 3, and then it's 12 times 3 times how many frames? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 frames. 12 times 3. This sprite dot set animation delay. It's going to take Serpent 3 or something. Let's see what happens if not dying. Let's do that and just add a boolean dying. Dying equals false. Make private. And if I add here, if key code equals key event dot vk space, then dying equals true. If not dying, and then whoops, else. set sprite, what, no, if get sprite not equal to left, depth sprite, set sprite, depth sprite. I don't know how well this code is working, but let's fucking try it. It's worth a shot. See if the death animation works out nicely. Yeah, it's also not supposed to move, but that's another part. Not moving, that's a whole other shit. Set velocity new vector to 0, 0. Awesome. Now it's dying. Boop. This one shouldn't loop though. What if I added a callback when it finished looping? I could like do something. Or I could like check, like if it's that sprite, and I could get sprite dot get animation index and if that's equals to get sprite dot get animation dot get number of indices that equal to it, then I could like system that out of println, whoops, you died. Let's create method, get animation index, return index, and see what happens. Oh no, Java, not a statement. What's not a statement? This one. Oh, forgot the if part. That's not good. And then wish and see if it happens to work. No, it doesn't. But if I do it like this, maybe that works. I don't know. Or whatever. You died quite a lot. I could set dying equals to false as well. So when you die, you stop dying. That's one way to live. You died, and then you live again. What? Get animation index? What the fuck? Wait. Was that doing what I wanted to do? No, it did what I wanted it to do. Well, I had to look into that after I find the need for it. Like when I find the need for it, I can look into that some more. And how about I just add this and these so that it looks a bit neater. It's easier to read. I don't know how fast he normally dies, but sure. Can I set the index on these sprites as well? What, like, do I have that? Get sprite dot set index 0. Create meta set index animation index maybe. Whoops, itching my eye. And then this dot index is index. Set animation index, and in PacMan, whoops, set this index like that. Okay, now in PacMan, animation index. Now died, and now it okay. But I want the final frame. It's not doing the final frame. Can I like first get sprite.set animation index get sprite.get animation dot get none of indices. -1. If it's greater than that, maybe. Let's try. Let's see what happens if I enter a greater than symbol. Now if I can die. Okay. If I just entered a greater than symbol, what happens then? Die. Okay, loops forever. Maybe the death frames got like yet another one. So there's actually 12 frames. You can't deny that. Because in the sprite sheet, there's a little bit of black here. So like, why not? Why not have that? I want to create the basis for the ghosts as well before I end it. Ghosts. The ghost parent, it extends game object. Nope, not game. Optimize imports. I'm just gonna put this split vertically and check how it compares to PacMan. Oops, hello. It's very long. Extends game object. Sprite up, sprite, sprite down, sprite, sprite left, sprite. How about I do it in the same order though? Sprite right, sprite. And then I want the eyes to. What the eye sprite? Maybe sprite vulnerable sprite and sprite damage sprite. Right damage sprite, sprite left damage sprite, sprite up damage sprite, sprite down damage sprite. A lot of sprites for the ghosts. Public ghost. Nothing about the position yet, I guess. Set direction dot down import class. Set sprite right sprite. Set alive true. Maybe that should be in the game object itself. And maybe something about these should be, nah, I don't know. Public void update. Okay, so I need some booleans. Boolean damaged, boolean vulnerable. And then if damaged, else if vulnerable, else. I have switch statements. Get direction. Switch get direction. Switch get direction. Excuse me. Okay, sure. My leg is itching. Oof. That's not Monday anymore. Hahaha. Case up, break, case down, break, case left, break, case right, break. Okay. How about I just copy paste? I don't think the vulnerable state got any directions though. It's just an animation. At least these ones are in the correct order. Right, right, down, down, left, left, up, up. That's neat. That's sweet. If it's damaged, then it's going to show the damage sprite. The up damage sprite. Set sprite. Up damage sprite. Set sprite. Down damage sprite. Set sprite. Left damage sprite. Set sprite. Right damage sprite. Vulnerable get direction. This is just going to be a vulnerable sprite, I guess. Set sprite vulnerable sprite. Sets. Maybe I don't even need to switch directions. At least not for the sprites. Set sprite vulnerable sprite. If get sprite not equal vulnerable sprite. I need to add these checks to everything. I don't want to risk affecting the animation in any way. Like this. Awesome. And maybe I can just copy everything and change the up sprite, then down sprite, left sprite, and right sprite. like so. And then in the children, I can add like new Java class Inky. No, how about Pinky? I at least know which color Pinky is. Extends Ghost. Public Pinky. That's where I will initialize all of these. What the fuck? Right sprite equals to new sprite. For example, that one. Okay. Guess not. Make protected. Make protected. Can I do like this and make protected? No, okay. Make protected. Nope. Protected. Ah. Protected. Protected. Not like that. Okay, all of them are protected. That one can probably be private and private. We'll add setter. I don't know if I need any getters for them. Okay, sprite, new sprite. Right sprite dot set animation, new animation graphics, input static constant, and then which position do they have? Okay, the right sprite got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in height, so 6 basically. 0, 6. PacMan.java, like that, okay. And then 12 times 3, 12 times 3, 12 times 3 times 2, 12 times 3. Right sprite set animation delay. I want the animation to be 0.3 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next up, left. That's not left, that's left 5. After that, up, down, and down. Although I realize that Pinky is not there, it's that one's 2 levels down. An 8. Ah. 6. It should be an 8. Harsh on them. Then right damage sprite, damage sprite, damage sprite, left damage sprite, left damage sprite, left damage sprite, and then up damage sprite, down damage sprite, and then vulnerable sprite. I don't really know how they act when they're vulnerable, like how the sprites act when they're vulnerable. But it looks like they have 4 animations for it. So I'm just gonna make it easy and put those 4 to use. And they are right below the down sprites, so 6 and 4 then. 6 and 4. 12 times 3, 12 times 3, and then 12 times 3 times 4 is how I want it. For the hump one, it's warm. It's warm as fuck. So first of all, right sprite. And I have that one. I have the right one ready. Close down like this maybe, and open up Pinky here. Do I have any errors in Pinky? Where do I have the errors in Pinky? What are the errors in Pinky? I can see the errors in Pinky. Why are they complaining? Oh wait, found it. Okay, the vertical offset's correct. The down one is next, so that's on 2. And then it's the left one on 4, and the right one on 6. Okay. And damage 1. They are all the same for all of them, aren't they? Let's see. Right damage sprite. Is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we started horizontal 8. And then the down one is at 10. Suppose the left one is 12 and the up one is at 14. Which Y one is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 10. Except there's a 9, because it's right below. Vulnerable sprite set up. I think I have all the sprites set up now. What if I would throw in a Pinky into the game now? Pinky, wait, maybe add new Pinky instead. Import class. And run. Direction is down. Something about null pointer exception. Game object. Something about rendering and it's not working the way it should. This is a null pointer to something. Yeah, okay. Sure, and Pinky. I suppose it's because all of them are null. If I would just take all these. Oh yeah, it's because right sprite is null, I guess. If I call super here. Also must be first statement in constructor body. That's shit. If I do this then, add a ghost and instead add an init one. Protected void init. Why do these things? Solving my problems one by one. Please work, please work. No, okay. What if I just do this? Right sprite equals new sprite, left sprite equals new sprite, up sprite equals new sprite, down sprite equals new sprite, vulnerable sprite equals new sprite, right damage sprite equals new sprite, left damage sprite equals new sprite, and up damage sprite equals new sprite, as well as down damage sprite equals new sprite. Okay, like so. Let's check it out. Okay, so that's not necessarily the problem. That's right sprite dot set animation, new animation, null. How do I do that? And if I check this out, what is this otherwise? Animation direction. If I just add animation delay with 0 normally, would just do that. What happens if I do like this now? Enter, 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 enter. Whoops. It's a bad enter, 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 enter. And then just like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Whoops. That's entire row. Up, down, right, like so. Okay. Well, does it complain about it being null here? Because it can't work with null. Arithmetic expression. Animation Java 20. Animation with, oh, okay. Fucking hell. How about I just throw in graphics like this? Import. Or if I just add a width that's non-zero. That's not the width, that's the vertical offset. Whoops. Okay. What else is it gonna complain about? Is it going to complain about null pointer exception? Java 43, render pixels, okay. Pixels, not even null. How about I do that? Throw it in. No, okay. How about I do that? Position that it will know. There we go. The position. So I see, okay. It's not because of all of this. It's because I need to make position into a new vector 2. Something like that, except that I might be able to set position new vector 2 like so, and maybe this is how I want it to go. Maybe this allows it to work the way I want it to work. Oh wow, it's not drawing anything. With the big shock. It's not drawing anything, it's not moving. That reminds me, I want in PacMan. Private boolean moving. Well, is moving maybe. And is dying. Is dying equals to false. If is dying. Is dying. Is dying. Is dying is dying is dying is dying is dying. If I add in pinky, maybe not in pinky. If I, yeah, in here. If I with direction down is like set velocity, new vector 2, 0, 1, just to try it out. Let's see. Nothing? Okay. Maybe it's because it doesn't call super update, which it should. Should update if its parents updates. Oh, okay, so that's why it didn't animate first either. But why is it not changing the velocity? Oh, I know. It's because it's not damage, it's normal. That explains a lot. Look, now it's moving. Bye-bye. Awesome. Now if I set the direction to be like right instead, and I just like add these properly. So now it should move right, right. If it's working the way it should, the graphics, you know. Where did PacMan go? There it is. There he is, rather. Oh, hello, Ghost. Scroll low. Interesting. Are they ever going to collide? Well, yes, they are. It's just taking some time. And by letting them just move like this, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Well, when they get to collide, maybe. If it doesn't take too long. Sure. Whatever was on my phone. It felt like everything went a lot better when I didn't follow a diagram when I programmed. Planning, not my forte. Not my forte. It took some time. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours now. And hey, it's nice. Soon enough they will collide. Not that anything will happen when they collide. .692 FPS. I want to optimize it. I wonder where I can optimize it. Somewhere maybe. But soon enough they're going to collide. How about I do it again? I'm gonna raid the same guy second time today. Active streamer. Wish, 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 wish. I'm gonna fucking sleep after this. Oh wow, was that almost the first touch? Almost the first touch at least. That's a touch. That's a guaranteed touch. And that marks the end of my stream. Now we're gonna raid someone I've already raided today, but who cares, I can raid him again. Ready to raid in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Also gonna open them up in a new tab. Right now. Where's my raid? Whoops.